So welcome back to PoorBoy Disc Golf, and today we're going to be asking the question, when is it time to start using overstable disc? Well, I'm going to answer that question and kind of dig a little bit more into it, so stay tuned. Alright, so let's jump into this both feet. When is it the best time to start using overstable disc? There's different levels of it, I guess. For me, I've been playing for 3 years now. My understable discs are getting way too understable. Every time I throw them, they're going to the right. They're not coming back. I'm not being able to get those straight shots that I was getting whenever I was throwing overstable. I started throwing understable because I thought, well, I can get a little bit more distance, and I have. Distance has been really good. I mean, I'm throwing close to 300 feet now, consistently. But the disc ain't, they're not doing what they should. Even the lightweights are getting to where they're not handling my speed. So it's about that time that I'm going to have to find another driver, either be more stable, overstable, maybe even a higher speed. I don't know. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So basically, when it comes to when is it time, and that's everybody's different. If you're throwing a Witness right now and that thing is understable, I think it's a -3 turn and a fade of 1. Maybe it might even be 0. I can't remember. I've got one in my other bag. But, if you're throwing that and that thing's just going to the right now, and you're thinking, man, I need something else, you might think, well, I can go into like I might be able to go into Escape, where it's got that little bit of turn, but it's got a little bit of fade too. It's got more fade than it has turn. And last year I was throwing the Witness. Lightweight Witness, I can't even throw that thing now unless I want it to go right and just keep going right. I use it for utility disc now because I just can't do it. In the last round I played, the red, white, and blue round, I was throwing a lightweight Escape, and that thing was turning over so much for me when I would get on it. I really had to watch. I had to really, put a hyzer on it and everything, and I just couldn't throw a consistent shot that would come back to the left. I would get to the right, and it would just stay to the right and just go to the right and never come back. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm trying to teach my girlfriend how to play disc golf, and she doesn't have that problem. She's gonna have to get understable disc, and she's gonna have to use them. That way she can, keep working and stuff. And she's gonna have to start doing that. She's gonna have to work her way up. But me, I've been playing for 3 years. I'm kind of getting into the way I am, and I want stuff that performed a year or two ago when I had a slower arm speed. I want stuff like my old Escapes that'll go to the right just a little bit, and then they'll flatten out and then have that nice fade at the end. And that's what I want to get back to. But yeah, when is it time is different for everybody. If you're not getting the lines that you want, it's usually about that time. Now, there's options that you can do. You can either go up in speed to get it understable and a higher speed, and that way if you don't put enough speed on it, it's going to have that natural fade at the end because you don't have the arm speed for it. But that's kind of defeating the purpose. That's going to kill a little bit of your distance. It's going to kill your let me think of the word. It's going to kill basically your lines. It's going to just kill it. You're not going to be able to aim worth a hoot on it, and a few other things. So, and the other thing that you can do is you can go and you can try to get maybe a max weight. Maybe you've been throwing the understable that's the lightweights, and you want to go to max weight. That it does affect it, but the best way that I think to do it is if you're throwing a 7-speed that's understable, stick with the 7-speed that's overstable, or it's a stable. The only problem with that is if you're throwing an understable so much that it is turning over and it's never coming back, then more than likely your mid-range and your putter is the same way. That is with me. That's why I'm going to start bagging another harp that's in a different plastic. It's a little bit heavier. This thing is a max weight tournament burst harp. This thing is a beast. And I'm going to add it with my other one because this is what I want to throw off the tee pad whenever I'm out there, because it is extremely overstable. And I use this thing for a drive. So when it goes, I can turn it over, but I know it's going to flatten out and have that real nice fade at the end. It's going to end up in the middle of the fairway. No matter what I do, if I put it, hang it out there a little bit more, you know, it's gonna get out there for me. You know, it's not going to just fade off and stay. It's going to have that nice fade, flat, and then, or it's not going to turn out, I should say. It's not going to turn out. It's going to just turn a little bit, fade. It's going to flatten out and then fade to the left. I'll get it right. It's hot out here. I'm outside today. The dog's being a little bit loud today, so I figured I'd come out here. But another thing that you could do is, like me, I want to be able to throw discs that I used to throw, and they were more overstable, or they were overstable to me because I didn't have the arm speed. So now I'm kind of curious, if I go back, will they be overstable, or will they be understable now, or will they be more stable? You know, I don't know. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to start bagging the Escape. I got a Sapphire I'm going to throw in. I've got the Curl from a Lone Star disc that I was throwing really good last year. So I'm going to put it in the bag, and I'm going to see if I can throw it just as good this year. It is an overstable disc. So, you know, when is it time to be using overstable disc? It's whenever you decide it to. For PoorBoy, it's because I can't rely on my understable disc anymore. They're going to become a utility disc now, where it's only certain shots that I'll need it for. So if I only need it for certain shots, pick the most understable disc that's consistently understable for me, and it'll go one in the bag, and that'll be it. The rest of them are going to be stable to overstable. Because I did start noticing it with my mid-ranges too. My Origin, if I throw it really hard, like I'm driving with it, it'll turn over and it will not come back. I mean, it just turns over all the way, and it'll hit, and it'll kind of even roll at the end. So I'm like, that's why I'm kind of moving towards overstable stuff, because, you know, if I'm throwing, I've got a certain way that I throw and it's working for me. I really don't care that much about distance. I'm mainly accuracy, because I've already got my scramble shots. I can scramble the heck out of stuff. I can go into the woods, be a bad lie, and I can come out of it smelling like a rose. For some reason, I'm really good at that. I don't know what it is, but that's why I'm good. But what I need is a certain drive that's going to be consistently right where I need it to be. It doesn't have to hit the basket. It doesn't have to even get near it. I just need it for a second shot that's going to get very close to the basket. I'm not looking to be pro. I'm not looking to do any of that stuff. I just want to go out and have fun playing disc golf. And right now it's kind of getting to the point where it's turning over and it's going into the woods, or it's going into the water or something, and I don't want it to. I want it to go straight down the fairway, or I want it to go to the left, because if it starts going to the left too much, I can always hang it out to the right and it'll come back to the left. So I hope this helps somebody out there that's really struggling with this. I know I'm struggling with it just crazy. It's driving me up the wall, because I'll take a small bag with me and I can't do anything to help it. So I have to just go out and play the best round I can, and it kills me. I'm gonna have to just start taking my big bag and throw all the disc in it and just see what works for me. And more than likely, I'm going to be going to more overstable disc. So that's what's going on right now, and I hope that you all this helps any of you out there that's, you know, kind of dealing with this and everything. And I'm going to try to start getting out here and doing more videos like this, where I answer the question that's really bugging the heck out of me. So I know it's going to be bugging some of you out there. So I hope you liked the video, and as always, this is PoorBoy reminding you to play the sport and grow the sport that is disc golf. Thanks for watching.